Hi world, Justin KH here. About a month ago I finished writing my memoir, Adopted for Sex, Surviving Complex Trauma. Available on Amazon Kindle as well as paperback, and today is day 3 of the free book promo. So please go to Amazon Kindle and download your copy. Again, it's a different picture than this one, but then again, Adopted for Sex, Surviving Complex Trauma. As part of the video today that I wanted to share, I was going to read out of Chapter 6, just a few paragraphs here. When I had time to think, I remembered back at the police station after I had the wired phone conversation. I honestly didn't think they would or could use that, and if my dad had gotten a plea deal, where was mine? Why didn't I have anyone standing up for me? Why was I not allowed to have people write letters of recommendation? You're Korean. You have no citizenship, and your mom just dumped you. It made perfect sense to me. The anger from everything just kept building and building. My mind was racing 24 hours a day and wouldn't stop. I really wish she had said, "No, I'll take care of him." I couldn't understand how mom could just let this happen. My siblings swear she did everything she could, but there was something that didn't always add up. The anger inside would build and then fester, and it wouldn't go away. I think when you realize how long when I realized that, wait a minute, this started when I was 2.5 and now I'm almost turning 17, that's a long span for something to happen. And, as you're reading more into the book, you realize, okay, my mom was an opiate addict and she relinquished me during the time she was likely high on opiates the whole time. So it's difficult in that point, but then the other part too is thinking about the punishments. And, I do openly, I experimented when I was 9 and 12. It was all I knew what to do. Again, this was as natural for me as going out and, watching cartoons with a friend. It was that normal for me. And so when I found out that my dad, when he had gone to prison and he had gotten, letters of recommendation, he got a plea deal, he got first-time offender, 14 years of abuse and only serving 17 years on a plea deal. Now, that was very, very unfair to me, but when I'm going back in my head, I'm thinking back to what could have been changed. Why, instead of being relinquished, could I have been emancipated? All right. They said that the only way that I was going to be able to get help for what I had been through was to go through this process and be criminalized and be able to get the correct type of help. The problem was it didn't help me. It made me angry and angry and angrier. And I just got so paranoid about the system. And I mean, look what happened to me. I feel like I was not in the wrong, but I was being punished so severely that it felt like I was. It's very interesting, when you go and you look through your past and you look at all the pieces and how everything comes together. It's very, very difficult for me to express the anger that I had about how that whole process went down of criminalization. And I'm living through that. It's still it's stressful. I have the expungement, but the predator label, it's like branded on me. It's very difficult to deal with, but I try to do my best, like reading this book and writing this book. So thank you very much for joining me today. Hope you guys have a great day.